Welcome to Pashua's Moment with Pastor Charles Kiyaga.
Praise the Lord, brethren. We are back again on our program, the Pashua's Moment. The Pashua's Moment. And we are again on this mountain called Zion Pashua's Prayer Mountain, a site that is set apart and dedicated to nothing else but the cause of seeking after God. And I want to remind you we are going to have our annual event, our biggest annual meeting. It's usually a conference. We've been running it since 2001. We've been having this conference, and it is the Pashua's Conference. And we always talk about nothing but messages that draw us closer to this journey of seeking God and knowing why and how and everything to do with seeking God. Today, this time around, the Spirit of God inspired us to have the theme in Hosea chapter 6, verses 3, which says, "Let us know, let us press on to know the Lord. For his going forth is as sure as the morning." So let us come. All that we are going to be talking about is seeking God. And the men of God are ready to unleash the mysteries of heaven in this regard. And I want to assure you, you will not remain the same. So I ask you to set that time aside from the 1st to the 5th of September. We are going to be camped here. And we are going to also to kickstart Bible competitions that are going to run for a whole year. And we are going to be competing in this whole thing of reading the Bible and knowing the Bible. And then the winners are going to get great gifts that are going to become a niche, so that you also get a serious business to do. We are going to give you animals that you are going to do to get your own farm. You may say, if I get a Frisian cattle and I yet don't have a farm, where will I keep it? You don't mind, you get it first. When God gives it to you, he will also give you a farm. He will give you a farm. You get the animal first, and you will find a way. God eventually begins in a small way. Before you realize, you will have a farm. So, come and get all these messages, to answer all these questions, and you win, and you get one of these animals, and that will not live your life the same. We've been talking about pressure. There's a lot of depth in this whole message of pressure. We got it from Sarah saying, "Will I have pressure?" When you lack pressure, you have no energy. You have no inner drive. The reason why you eat the food you eat is because you eat it with pressure. The reason why you like doing the things you do, that enjoyment is what we call pressure. When we lose pressure in God, we start doing things by routine. We start doing things out of tradition. We start doing things as just a matter of formality. We have no pressure. Remember when you loved God, at the moment when you loved God, when you had the first love, when you still were burning with love for God, you had a lot of energy. When they call you to go to pray, you come excited. You come running. You come expecting. But these days when they call a prayer meeting, you come dragging. Those moments when they say there's going to be prayer and fasting, you say, I'm going. These days when they include fasting, you say, no, you go, me, I'm not going. Because you don't have pressure anymore. That is not a normal situation. When somebody has no appetite, it means they are not well, they are sick. They need to get something to help them get out of the situation. There are some of you, I see you on TikTok saying, I thought you were saying anything meaningful. Me, I backed off. This whole thing of seeking God, it's because you're not well. It's because you're sick. A sick person needs to go to the clinic, needs to go to the hospital, or else the sickness may kill them. You need to just come to a place where you're going to be refired, you're going to be reignited again. And I think the best moment, the best place to go is to come for this for this conference, which is going to be focusing on seeking God. And I want to assure you, you are going to be revived. that love is going to come back again. He says in Revelations chapter 2, where he talked and he said, I have a problem with you because you left your first love. Verses 4 says, nevertheless, I have this against you. That is Revelations 2:4. I have this against you because you left your first love. He begins in verses 2 to say, I know your works, your labor, your patience, that you cannot bear those who do evil, and you tested those who say that they are apostles, and yet they are not, and found them as liars. And you have persevered, and you have patience, and have labored for my name's sake, and have not become weary. There are many of us who get ourselves convinced with all these things we are doing. We are busy in ministry. We are busy doing this and the other. But we forget that God is concerned that we have left our first love. He says, I know all this, but my issue with you is you have left your first love. My prayer is, can we pick our first love again? That is what the issue God has with us. We have left our first love. Everything now is mechanical. We are doing it as a formality. We are in performance. Our love is no longer there. So let us come to the conference. I believe our love will pick up again. God bless you.
Eyo yibadde Pursuers Moment ng'ekutusiddwako essomero lya Pursuers Junior School erisangibwa mu Butambala ku kkubo lya Mpigi Gombe. Kati wulira enkizo eriwo singa otwala omwana wo ku Pursuers Junior School. Interviews za bwereere. Essomero liyimiridde ku musingi ogutya Katonda ate ng'omwana agunjulwa bakugu. Tutumbula ebitone eby'enjawulo mu mwana. Tulina amazzi amayonjo ku ssomero ate ng'omwana wasomera ne weyeebaka abanga mukungu. Endya y'abayizi nnungi byansusso anti emmere tugirimira nga ne faamu y'ente weeri ku ssomero. Tulina emmotoka ezitambuza abaana. Pursuers Junior School e Butambala tusomesa abaana okuva mu baby class okutuuka ku kibiina ekyomusanvu mu ddene boarding. Okumanya ebisingawo 0772 41 98 4 ne 0702 36 41 64. Pursuers Junior School Butambala, in pursuit of knowledge.